1 hour listening to English training.
英文加中文配音，每天1小时英语听力练习。
Account for 注释、解释、占据、比例。语法、动词短语后接名词或数字。
How do you account for this discrepancy? How do you account for this discrepancy?
你如何解释这种差异？
How do you account for this discrepancy? How do you account for this discrepancy? Rice accounts for 60% of their diet. Rice accounts for 60% of their diet.
大米占他们饮食的60%。
Rice accounts for 60% of their diet. Rice accounts for 60% of their diet. Accounting for all variables is challenging. Accounting for all variables is challenging.
考虑所有变量很有挑战性。
Accounting for all variables is challenging. Accounting for all variables is challenging.
Add up 注释、合计、合理。语法、动词短语可单独使用或接介词 to。
These numbers don't add up correctly. These numbers don't add up correctly.
这些数字加起来不对。
These numbers don't add up correctly. These numbers don't add up correctly. His excuses just don't add up. His excuses just don't add up.
他的借口根本说不通。
His excuses just don't add up. His excuses just don't add up. Adding up small savings can lead to big results. Adding up small savings can lead to big results.
积少成多能带来大收获。
Adding up small savings can lead to big results. Adding up small savings can lead to big results.
Answer for 注释、对、负责。语法、动词短语后接名词或代词。
You'll have to answer for your actions. You'll have to answer for your actions.
你必须为自己的行为负责。
You'll have to answer for your actions. You'll have to answer for your actions. Who should answer for this mistake? Who should answer for this mistake?
谁该为这个错误负责？
Who should answer for this mistake? Who should answer for this mistake? Answering for team decisions is part of leadership. Answering for team decisions is part of leadership.
为团队决策负责是领导力的一部分。
Answering for team decisions is part of leadership. Answering for team decisions is part of leadership.
Bank on 注释、依赖、指望。语法、动词短语后接名词或动名词。
Don't bank on getting promoted this year. Don't bank on getting promoted this year.
别指望今年能升职。
Don't bank on getting promoted this year. Don't bank on getting promoted this year. We're banking on good weather for the event. We're banking on good weather for the event.
我们指望活动当天有好天气。
We're banking on good weather for the event. We're banking on good weather for the event. Banking on unreliable sources is risky. Banking on unreliable sources is risky.
依赖不可靠的来源很冒险。
Banking on unreliable sources is risky. Banking on unreliable sources is risky.
Bargain for 注释、预料到、考虑到。语法、动词短语常用于否定句。
We got more than we bargained for. We got more than we bargained for.
我们得到的比预期的多。
We got more than we bargained for. We got more than we bargained for. He didn't bargain for such strong opposition. He didn't bargain for such strong opposition.
他没料到会遭到如此强烈的反对。
He didn't bargain for such strong opposition. He didn't bargain for such strong opposition. Bargaining for every detail ensures better deals. Bargaining for every detail ensures better deals.
考虑到每个细节能确保更好的交易。
Bargaining for every detail ensures better deals. Bargaining for every detail ensures better deals.
Bear with. 注释：耐心等待、忍受。语法：动词短语后接代词或名词。
Please bear with me while I fix this. Please bear with me while I fix this.
请耐心等我解决这个问题。
Please bear with me while I fix this. Please bear with me while I fix this. We have to bear with the construction noise. We have to bear with the construction noise.
我们不得不忍受施工噪音。
We have to bear with the construction noise. We have to bear with the construction noise. Bearing with difficult customers requires patience. Bearing with difficult customers requires patience.
忍受难缠的顾客需要耐心。
Bearing with difficult customers requires patience. Bearing with difficult customers requires patience.
Blow up. 注释：爆炸、发怒、放大。语法：动词短语，含义取决于上下文。
The old building was blown up yesterday. The old building was blown up yesterday.
那栋旧建筑昨天被炸毁了。
The old building was blown up yesterday. The old building was blown up yesterday. He blew up when he saw the mess. He blew up when he saw the mess.
看到一团糟时，他大发雷霆。
He blew up when he saw the mess. He blew up when he saw the mess. This photo needs to be blown up. This photo needs to be blown up.
这张照片需要放大。
This photo needs to be blown up. This photo needs to be blown up.
Boil down to. 注释：归结为。语法：动词短语后接名词或动名词。
It all boils down to poor communication. It all boils down to poor communication.
这都归结为沟通不畅。
It all boils down to poor communication. It all boils down to poor communication. The issue boils down to money. The issue boils down to money.
问题归根结底是钱。
The issue boils down to money. The issue boils down to money. Boiling down complex theories helps understanding. Boiling down complex theories helps understanding.
简化复杂理论有助于理解。
Boiling down complex theories helps understanding. Boiling down complex theories helps understanding.
Bounce back. 注释：恢复、反弹。语法：动词短语，可单独使用。
The market bounced back quickly. The market bounced back quickly.
市场迅速反弹了。
The market bounced back quickly. The market bounced back quickly. She bounced back from her illness. She bounced back from her illness.
她从疾病中恢复过来。
She bounced back from her illness. She bounced back from her illness. Bouncing back from failure shows resilience. Bouncing back from failure shows resilience.
从失败中恢复显示了韧性。
Bouncing back from failure shows resilience. Bouncing back from failure shows resilience.
Bread out. 注释：扩展、多元化。语法：动词短语，常接介词 into。
The company is branching out into new markets. The company is branching out into new markets.
公司正在拓展新市场。
The company is branching out into new markets. The company is branching out into new markets. She wants to branch out beyond teaching. She wants to branch out beyond teaching.
他想拓展教学以外的领域。
She wants to branch out beyond teaching. She wants to branch out beyond teaching. Branching out professionally can be rewarding. Branching out professionally can be rewarding.
职业多元化可能有回报。
Branching out professionally can be rewarding. Branching out professionally can be rewarding.
Break into. 注释：闯入，突然开始，成功进入。语法：动词短语，后接名词。
Someone broke into our house last night. Someone broke into our house last night.
昨晚有人闯入了我们家。
Someone broke into our house last night. Someone broke into our house last night. She broke into tears upon hearing the news. She broke into tears upon hearing the news.
听到消息，她突然哭了起来。
She broke into tears upon hearing the news. She broke into tears upon hearing the news. Breaking into the fashion industry is tough. Breaking into the fashion industry is tough.
进入时尚行业很困难。
Breaking into the fashion industry is tough. Breaking into the fashion industry is tough.
Brush up on. 注释：复习、提高。语法：动词短语，后接名词或代词。
I need to brush up on my French. I need to brush up on my French.
我需要复习一下法语。
I need to brush up on my French. I need to brush up on my French. He's brushing up on his computer skills. He's brushing up on his computer skills.
他正在提高电脑技能。
He's brushing up on his computer skills. He's brushing up on his computer skills. Brushing up on basics is always useful. Brushing up on basics is always useful.
复习基础知识总是有用的。
Brushing up on basics is always useful. Brushing up on basics is always useful.
Bump into. 注释：偶然遇见。语法：动词短语，后接名词或代词。
I bumped into an old colleague yesterday. I bumped into an old colleague yesterday.
昨天我偶遇了一位老同事。
I bumped into an old colleague yesterday. I bumped into an old colleague yesterday. We often bump into each other at the gym. We often bump into each other at the gym.
我们经常在健身房偶遇。
We often bump into each other at the gym. We often bump into each other at the gym. Bumping into celebrities here is common. Bumping into celebrities here is common.
在这里偶遇名人是常事。
Bumping into celebrities here is common. Bumping into celebrities here is common.
Burst out. 注释突然起来。语法动词短语后接动名词或名词。
They burst out laughing at the joke. They burst out laughing at the joke.
听到笑话，他们突然大笑起来。
They burst out laughing at the joke. They burst out laughing at the joke. She burst out crying during the movie. She burst out crying during the movie.
看电影时，她突然哭了起来。
She burst out crying during the movie. She burst out crying during the movie. Bursting out in anger rarely helps. Bursting out in anger rarely helps.
突然发怒很少有帮助。
Bursting out in anger rarely helps. Bursting out in anger rarely helps.
Call on. 注释拜访号召。语法动词短语后接名词或代词。
We'll call on you this weekend. We'll call on you this weekend.
我们这周末会去拜访你。
We'll call on you this weekend. We'll call on you this weekend. The president called on citizens to stay calm. The president called on citizens to stay calm.
总统号召市民保持冷静。
The president called on citizens to stay calm. The president called on citizens to stay calm. Calling on experts for advice is wise. Calling on experts for advice is wise.
向专家寻求建议是明智的。
Calling on experts for advice is wise. Calling on experts for advice is wise.
Care for. 注释照顾喜欢。语法动词短语后接名词或代词。
She cares for her elderly parents. She cares for her elderly parents.
她照顾年迈的父母。
She cares for her elderly parents. She cares for her elderly parents. Would you care for some coffee? Would you care for some coffee?
你想喝点咖啡吗？
Would you care for some coffee? Would you care for some coffee? Caring for others brings satisfaction. Caring for others brings satisfaction.
照顾他人带来满足感。
Caring for others brings satisfaction. Caring for others brings satisfaction.
Carry on. 注释继续进行。语法动词短语可单独使用或接动名词。
Please carry on with your work. Please carry on with your work.
请继续你的工作。
Please carry on with your work. Please carry on with your work. They carried on talking despite the noise. They carried on talking despite the noise.
尽管有噪音，他们仍继续交谈。
They carried on talking despite the noise. They carried on talking despite the noise. Carrying on traditions is important. Carrying on traditions is important.
延续传统很重要。
Carrying on traditions is important. Carrying on traditions is important.
Catch on. 注释流行起来，理解。语法动词短语可单独使用或接介词 to。
This trend is catching on quickly. This trend is catching on quickly.
这个趋势正在快速流行。
This trend is catching on quickly. This trend is catching on quickly. He finally caught on to the joke. He finally caught on to the joke.
他终于明白了这个笑话。
He finally caught on to the joke. He finally caught on to the joke. Catching on to new technology takes time. Catching on to new technology takes time.
理解新技术需要时间。
Catching on to new technology takes time. Catching on to new technology takes time.
Check up on. 注释：检查、查看。语法：动词短语，后接名词或代词。
The doctor wants to check up on your progress. The doctor wants to check up on your progress.
医生想检查你的恢复情况。
The doctor wants to check up on your progress. The doctor wants to check up on your progress. I'll check up on the kids before bed. I'll check up on the kids before bed.
睡前我会去看看孩子们。
I'll check up on the kids before bed. I'll check up on the kids before bed. Checking up on elderly neighbors is kind. Checking up on elderly neighbors is kind.
查看年长邻居的情况很贴心。
Checking up on elderly neighbors is kind. Checking up on elderly neighbors is kind.
Close down. 注释：关闭、停业。语法：动词短语，可单独使用或接名词。
The factory closed down last month. The factory closed down last month.
工厂上个月关闭了。
The factory closed down last month. The factory closed down last month. Several stores are closing down. Several stores are closing down.
几家商店正在停业。
Several stores are closing down. Several stores are closing down. Closing down unprofitable branches is necessary. Closing down unprofitable branches is necessary.
关闭不盈利的分店是必要的。
Closing down unprofitable branches is necessary. Closing down unprofitable branches is necessary.
Come down with. 注释：患上、疾病。语法：动词短语，后接疾病名称。
She came down with the flu. She came down with the flu.
她患上了流感。
She came down with the flu. She came down with the flu. Half the class came down with colds. Half the class came down with colds.
班上有一半人感冒了。
Half the class came down with colds. Half the class came down with colds. Coming down with food poisoning is awful. Coming down with food poisoning is awful.
食物中毒很难受。
Coming down with food poisoning is awful. Coming down with food poisoning is awful.
Count on. 注释：依靠、指望。语法：动词短语，后接名词或代词。
You can count on my support. You can count on my support.
你可以依靠我的支持。
You can count on my support. You can count on my support. Don't count on the weather being good. Don't count on the weather being good.
别指望天气会好。
Don't count on the weather being good. Don't count on the weather being good. Counting on unreliable people leads to disappointment. Counting on unreliable people leads to disappointment.
依靠不可靠的人会导致失望。
Counting on unreliable people leads to disappointment. Counting on unreliable people leads to disappointment.
Crop up， 注释突然出现。语法动词短语可单独使用。
Some problems have cropped up. Some problems have cropped up.
突然出现了一些问题。
Some problems have cropped up. Some problems have cropped up. New evidence cropped up during the trial. New evidence cropped up during the trial.
审判期间出现了新证据。
New evidence cropped up during the trial. New evidence cropped up during the trial. Issues cropping up last minute are stressful. Issues cropping up last minute are stressful.
最后一刻突然出现问题，很有压力。
Issues cropping up last minute are stressful. Issues cropping up last minute are stressful.
Deal with， 注释经营、从事。语法动词短语后接名词。
The company deals in luxury goods. The company deals in luxury goods.
这家公司经营奢侈品。
The company deals in luxury goods. The company deals in luxury goods. He deals in antique furniture. He deals in antique furniture.
他从事古董家具生意。
He deals in antique furniture. He deals in antique furniture. Dealing in imported goods can be profitable. Dealing in imported goods can be profitable.
经营进口商品可能有利可图。
Dealing in imported goods can be profitable. Dealing in imported goods can be profitable.
Die down， 注释逐渐减弱。语法动词短语可单独使用。
The storm finally died down. The storm finally died down.
暴风雨终于减弱了。
The storm finally died down. The storm finally died down. Protests are dying down. Protests are dying down.
抗议活动正在减弱。
Protests are dying down. Protests are dying down. Waiting for noise to die down is frustrating. Waiting for noise to die down is frustrating.
等待噪音减弱很令人沮丧。
Waiting for noise to die down is frustrating. Waiting for noise to die down is frustrating.
Do away with， 注释废除、摆脱。语法动词短语后接名词。
The law was done away with. The law was done away with.
这项法律被废除了。
The law was done away with. The law was done away with. We should do away with this old system. We should do away with this old system.
我们应该废除这个旧系统。
We should do away with this old system. We should do away with this old system. Doing away with bad habits takes willpower. Doing away with bad habits takes willpower.
改掉坏习惯需要意志力。
Doing away with bad habits takes willpower. Doing away with bad habits takes willpower.
Draw up， 注释起草、制定。语法动词短语后接名词。
Lawyers will draw up the contract. Lawyers will draw up the contract.
律师将起草合同。
Lawyers will draw up the contract. Lawyers will draw up the contract. We need to draw up a new plan. We need to draw up a new plan.
我们需要制定新计划。
We need to draw up a new plan. We need to draw up a new plan. Drawing up legal documents requires precision. Drawing up legal documents requires precision.
起草法律文件需要精确。
Drawing up legal documents requires precision. Drawing up legal documents requires precision.
Dress up. 注释盛装打扮、伪装。语法动词短语可单独使用或接介词 as。
We're dressing up for the party. We're dressing up for the party.
我们要为派对盛装打扮。
We're dressing up for the party. We're dressing up for the party. Kids dressed up as superheroes. Kids dressed up as superheroes.
孩子们装扮成超级英雄。
Kids dressed up as superheroes. Kids dressed up as superheroes. Dressing up occasionally is fun. Dressing up occasionally is fun.
偶尔盛装打扮很有趣。
Dressing up occasionally is fun. Dressing up occasionally is fun.
Drop off. 注释下降、送下车、睡着。语法动词短语含义取决于上下文。
Sales have dropped off recently. Sales have dropped off recently.
销售额最近下降了。
Sales have dropped off recently. Sales have dropped off recently. I'll drop you off at the station. I'll drop you off at the station.
我会把你送到车站。
I'll drop you off at the station. I'll drop you off at the station. He dropped off during the movie. He dropped off during the movie.
看电影时，他睡着了。
He dropped off during the movie. He dropped off during the movie.